Back with you, San Diego sports leader. It is the Mighty 1090, and this is a familiar face and a familiar name, a Hall of Famer, NFL Network analyst, LaDainian Tomlinson, back on the Mighty 1090. Good to see you.
You too, man. Good to be on.
How we doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I can't complain. Another Super Bowl. Been out of the game, I think, 7 years, I believe.
Hall of Fame 2 years ago.
Yeah, and so, man, I'm just, living a dream, man.
Does this week in particular, though, I know we've had these conversations in the past.
Yeah.
But does it give you any sort of mixed emotions? You've had a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
But just knowing Super Bowls and thinking about New England and everything that they've dude, come on already with this.
Well, you certainly think about the missed opportunities.
Yeah.
There's no question. I think about some of the greatest teams we had in San Diego. Obviously the 2006 season, the 2007 season. I think about all those times where we had the team to get it done. But I also say, man, you really can't miss what you don't know.
True.
You know what I mean? So because I never got here, I can't miss it. I don't know the experience of running out of that tunnel in the Super Bowl with everybody watching. You know what I mean? So it's hard to miss it, but I do think about the opportunities that I missed.
How about watching this year?
Yeah.
Watching Phillip again. I don't know what there's left to say about Brady. He did this 17 years ago for the first time against this franchise, which was someplace else, obviously.
Yeah.
And 0-3 is
gotta get
in the
them
postseason.
at home.
Yeah.
Gotta quit going to, New England
Well,
all
you guys
the
had them there
darn
once.
time. That's true.
There that one time.
And we had them. we had them. I'm not gonna say it, but everybody saw that game.
Everybody saw that game as well. LaDainian Tomlinson joining us on the Mighty 1090. So Melvin Gordon was interviewed at the Pro Bowl and said he was asked who he's rooting for. And I know you're wearing a couple hats here because you're still with the Chargers. He said, dude, I'm definitely pulling for the Patriots. And he was asked why. He goes, because I'm in that market now. And, he just thought as a Charger player in L.A. with the challenges that you guys still have and, that the Rams still have, that, them getting too far ahead, it just wasn't something he was interested in. Are you rooting for the Patriots for any of that same reasoning?
I get that logic. I really do. And that's a fair statement and a point by Melvin. But for me, I'm an analyst. And so I analyze the game. So I want to be right on my pick. You know what I mean? And so that's the way I look at it. Yes, I do wear two hats, and I get that part of it. But I think winning cures everything. And we continue to win, and we'll get to this game. And so I think it'll be fine. At the end of the day, I still want to be I want to be honest in my assessment of how I see the game and who I think is going to win.
But you would agree, right? I mean, it's just logic.
It is.
That with the Chargers, it would be bad for Charger business if the Rams won. Fair?
I don't want to say bad. I want to, I would say.
Well, it wouldn't help.
Yeah, I would say it'll be it'll be a little bit tougher, but nothing that we can't get done.
Right.
And you know me, Darren. You know the way I am. I'm a guy that always thinks about the positive thing and accepts the challenge. All right. And so no matter what they do, I still think we got to take care of our own business, right?
Right.
We got to
you
go
can't
do
worry
our
about
own
what's
work.
happening on Sunday.
Absolutely not.
Right. Even though, again, like I said, I mean, it just logically, it does make sense that if the Rams win, it's not in the best interest of the Chargers.
And I get, from a player perspective, he's still on the field playing.
Yeah.
He has to.
He's tired of being called Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
You talk about how, you as a player, you always, when Marty said that you would agree to come on, I was a bit surprised. And again, not that there's any personal animus between us, but there's just stuff that you and I, we might not agree on, and the way some of the fans feel in San Diego.
Yeah.
So I do want to say I appreciate that you came over. Was there any hesitation in coming back on in San Diego for you?
There was not at all. And this is the way I am. As much as people want to talk about it, as I say, you can never erase 56 years in the market. And, I'm thankful for the opportunity of the Chargers drafting me, okay? And when I had the chance to run out on San Diego, when I could have got out of there when I signed the extension, I committed to the city and the team because of that. And, my feelings for San Diego will never change. However, I'm a Bowl through in and throughout. And if I can be a part of helping this franchise, win and get to a place that they never have before, then I'm all for it. And I say God bless you to people that have that hatred. I was walking, in San Diego, down the street one time, and a lady was passing me, right? And so she was looking at me like, I know you. And she figured it out. LT, I said, yeah. And she said, you're a traitor. And I said, God bless you, because that's the way I feel about it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm still proud to have played in San Diego, but I'm proud now that I'm still a part of the organization.
And you understand, like you say, it's a God bless situation. But I mean, have you come to grips with the fact? And I've said this on the show a bunch of times. Like, people should think fondly of LaDainian Tomlinson for all the memories that you provided them. Like you earned that, and you provided them with tremendous moments in their lives that they got to share with friends and family, etc. And like, they should remember you. But are you you okay with people who feel like post-playing career, this chapter with the LA Chargers, and all the times that we have to watch you on television correcting your co-hosts who keep saying San Diego?
Right.
You're okay with that? You've come to grips with the fact that you can't change the way they feel.
Absolutely. It is what it is. I just think
that's an AJ Smith line.
It is what it is. It's just going to be always one of those things. I think, people, they would never understand that perspective. I can see, for me personally, if I was a guy that was born and raised in San Diego, right, and I had been there my whole life, and I moved away and I never came back. I forgot about the city. Born and raised. People forget. I am not. I am a Texas guy. I live in Texas. So if anything, call me a Texas native, and that's just what it is. That's just how I feel about it.
Marty's jumping in here.
No, just this. I wanted to ask you this question because I remember seeing you on radio maybe last year, the year before, and you said, as far as reaching out to San Diego, the Chargers, it would have to happen organically. It was too soon. I would look at what's happened in San Diego and say the Chargers made a mistake in not reaching out right away, saying, listen, we get it, we get you're angry, but we still want you fans in San Diego. They didn't. They've had zero. They've done nothing in San Diego. No, the Rams have made more of an effort. Do you think the Chargers made a mistake in not reaching out right away to fix that brand?
I can't speak to that because I'm not in charge of it.
But you're in charge of the LA fan base, not the San Diego fan base.
Absolutely. Okay. And so I really can't speak to that. Now personally, sure, absolutely. But I think there's a couple of things on both sides, that could be better, that could have been done, initially, and it's just a tough situation.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I think to that point, when we talk about the challenges that the Rams, with their history, have in Los Angeles, I understand that the franchise has to focus, but in your opinion, as somebody who played your entire career, Charger career in San Diego, do you think San Diego should be prioritized to the franchise? And maybe not ahead of Los Angeles, but how much consideration should the San Diego market have to the Chargers organization?
Well, we realize that.
I mean, is it totally, in your opinion, as somebody who works for the organization, is it just part of the Chargers' past, or do you think there's room for San Diego and the Chargers'
Absolutely
future?
not. We recognize that we still have, a percentage of our fans in San Diego, and we do have fans that still come up from San Diego. So it only makes sense that, at some point we do have to, do a better job and cater to our fans in San Diego and do, reach out and try to embrace, our people that are still wanting to be Charger fans.
Is this you, or is this something like you guys as an organization have talked about? I mean, does this like you, Dean, John, AG? I mean, is this LT just talking?
No, sure. They feel the same way. I'm telling you, they feel the same way. They understand that we love and embrace our fans that are coming up still from San Diego and know how hard it is for them. And so, absolutely, I think it will happen. And I'm not just saying that to tell you that. I believe it will happen.
You went on Billy Ray's podcast. We spent a lot of time on that, LT.
Yeah.
What sort of reaction did you get for what you said specifically about the San Diego fans about it? I think I'm paraphrasing. You said, like, we need their support.
Yeah.
What sort of reaction did you get from both sides on that?
Nothing. I mean, I didn't get a reaction either way. I didn't hear about it, and certainly not from from Dean or
All right.
AG or John or anybody. I think they understand the way I feel, and I'm telling you, they feel the same way. So that's the reason why there was nothing said about it, because they know that it's truth.
LT, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Who do you like on Sunday?
I like the Rams.